water, and I don't know if this is the good bottle or the bad bottle. There was one that my daughter had, and she liked the backwater in it. I don't know. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Has this been open yet? I ain't gonna be able to do it. Oh. High quality H2O. Y'all come on in here. Y'all know how we do it. 5 minutes in. If it's on, it's on. If it's not, it's not. Then after that, we about to call it out and drop it off. ATV talk, man. Yeah. Let me see something here. OHV Parks. So, welcome in. I'm getting everything set up, getting ready to get these, oh no. We're talking off-road, highway, ATV parks, yeah. It's been snow and ice and everything, man. That junk is about to clear out. We about to get on with something. Come on in, man. Don't be playing. Go come peep in and I'm out of here. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah. Yeah, we looking for these off-highway vehicle parks, off-road parks, man. It's been a little bit of a winter. I think we got, what's the first day of spring? Give me 1 second. Yeah, there we go. Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, so we got a little bit of time. All right, yeah, what's up, y'all? I'm looking at this calendar here. I'm looking at the first day of spring, March 20th. Whoo, I'm ready. But we got some warm weather rolling in, man. All this snow and ice, we passed that. We might get another little wave here in February, but it's time to get out and hit these ATV parks, man. And I'm booking a trip here soon. About to try and get into something. Yeah. Yep. So I'm looking at Turkey Bay Off-Highway Park. Turkey Bay is basically the land between the lakes. ATVs, UTVs, Jeeps, dirt bikes. Yo, what's up? First comment, Kenny Ramirez, what it do? We got Woolies Off-Road Park. We got Adventure Off-Road Park. Yeah, man. We got another couple of minutes. We are booking us a trip, bro. I'm about to load this motorhome. I'm about to get me an enclosed trailer in the next week or two if I can get out. We're gonna go to some of these parks, man, and get y'all some content. I want to go see some people flip, crash, and burn. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it, but I want to see some people do it. And I got some buddies that are crazy. They like to ride those utility lines, you know, like where your power poles go and you look off the road and you can see the little hills and just power. I got some buddies that like to go out there and ride, and some of them just like to go out and tear stuff up. I'm not trying to tear nothing up, but I will definitely record you tear something up if you want to do it. So yeah, don't listen to 3-6 Mafia. No, I used to when I was younger. But anybody in here ride ATVs or can recommend a good park, because we're getting ready to go do one, the first one of the year. And then after that, you know, we got to go out to HFC, Hatfield McCoy, HFM, Hatfield McCoy Trails out there in Virginia, man. I heard there's some pretty cool places you can go. I don't know if I'm gonna drive the motorhome up there. There's some pretty cool places you can go out there and rent cabins. I got a few people that are gonna we're gonna put our resources together and maybe rent a little cabin or something. You know what I'm saying? So anybody in here ride off-road parks? Or let me rephrase that. Does anybody like to see crashes? Y'all like to see people crash and burn and tear stuff up? I love seeing it. And now I'm ready to go see it firsthand in person. Yeah. And I know there's a lot of guys, they build them buggies up just to go do that. You got Hawk Pride Mountain. So right now I'm thinking the first place we're going to go is out in Coalmont, which is in Tennessee. It's like East Tennessee. There's like some waterfalls. There's some creeks that you can cross. There's a bunch of like rocks that you can go climb over and stuff. Like I said, I just want to do the little bunny trails and ride, you know what I'm saying? I'm not into tearing stuff up. I got a nice buggy, man, and I ain't trying to tear it up. Thirsty Thursday and tomorrow is Freaky Friday. Sunday fun day. There you go. That's what it is. Yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all comment. Tell me where y'all chiming in from. Does anybody ride ATVs, UTVs? Anybody like to watch them crash and flip and do all them crazy stuff that they be doing? I've seen people try and go up straight walls like that and get up to the top and just roll back, man, and tear their stuff up, and act like it's normal. I'm like, bro, hey, Granny Pepper, Wendy's. What do you mean? My opinion on Wendy's? Wendy's, the restaurant. Wendy's. What you mean? Chime in. Give me a little bit more detail. Y'all hit that like button. There's 6 people in the building. I only see 1 like. Y'all go ahead and run it up for me. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. Once we get to 500, we're gonna jump to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, we're gonna try and double up to 2,000. Once we get to 2,000, we're gonna try to hit the 5, 5 to the 10, 10 to the 25, so on and so on. The restaurant. You know what I like? Wendy's. I like that 5 for 5. Them biggie bags. We po out here. We so po. We can't even afford the O and the R. It's just po. P-O. We be broke. So I eat them Wendy's biggie bags. Yeah, get the fries, the chicken nuggets. I like the spicy chicken nuggets, the Big Mac or the Big Mac, the sandwich, and the drink. And I got a good Wendy's. I only go to certain ones. If it's nasty, if you looking like you real crusty, dusty, and uh yeah, these the Ray-Ban Metas. Yep. They're pretty cool. I got a prescription and then they transition lens and the sunglasses. So they all right, man. I like them. In fact, they were cheaper than just regular glasses. So I was like, well, hell, I like them. I got my Bluetooth, you know what I'm saying? I can record. I can do live translate. Y'all ever go somewhere and it be like some people talking crap about you, like some Hispanics, you be like, man, are they talking about me? Put that live translate on, you can hear exactly what they be saying about you. You're like, hey man, hey. So yeah, but nah, man, I want to go out to some of these parks and watch. Obviously we won't ride them. I'm looking at Houston Valley, Colmont, and then you got Windrock, Ride Royal Blue. You got there's East Cumberland. There's a bunch of trails out there. There's one I was looking at called the Gatekeeper, and it's basically a straight up wall, and people go up it and yeah, live translate it. Yeah, live translate them haters when they be talking. They don't translate Chinese because I was like, I love to hear what them Chinese folks be saying. You go in there, let me get a shrimp fried rice. They be like, give me 1 chicken. No, never mind. No hate. I'm sorry. I'm just being silly. But yeah, man, they're pretty cool and they're cheaper than if you ever get a pair of glasses and you ain't got insurance. Most insurance don't cover like your eye exams and all that, man. These were were like 400 and something. And so I went and bought glasses, just regular glasses. The frames, the lenses cost me $600 in the past. I'm like, bro, I'm about to get. What are we talking about? We just chilling, man. But we talking about riding side by sides, 4-wheelers and dirt bikes. And they got like these ATV parks. Like you got theme parks, where you got roller coasters. Where you got ATV parks where you can go out there, bring your Jeep, they got rock bouncers, they got dirt bikes, all that. And there's parks all over the country. You can go out to, my razor is from Arizona. So you can go out there like Moab, you got the dunes. Man, you go out to the dune, you will see like millions of them at night. I've never been personally, but I've just seen it on like Instagram and TikTok. Man, you go out there and it looks like it's just like a party, like gigantic bonfires. You can go up to the Upper Peninsula up there in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? They got dunes. They got all kind of stuff. Hey, Granny Pebble, I got a 4-wheeler for sale, bro. I don't know where you at. I'm in West Tennessee. I'm trying to sell one. I bought 2 off of Marketplace for the price of 1. I was going to go out and buy a brand new one. I ended up buying 2 used ones off Marketplace. It's a 2022 CF Moto C4 600. It's a 600cc. It's the touring kind, so it's the longer wheelbase. It's got the back seat. It's got everything, bro. And I'm selling it for the Lowski. So if you want it, man, leave a message in the comment and put your Instagram or something, and I'll DM you some pictures and whatever. You know what I'm saying? If hey. But yeah, I like riding them 4-wheelers. You're gonna get one when you move. When you move. Okay, yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, and they are fun. Just be careful. Brand new, like they're like 10 grand, bro. I'm selling it for 5K. 5K, and I think it's only got like 300 miles. It's literally sitting outside, covered up. When we bought it, I bought 2 of them. We ride one of them, and then I bought a side-by-side. That's like a little car. It's a razor. Google Polaris razor. I bought one of those. It's souped up. I bought 2 4-wheelers. I only ride 1 4-wheeler, and the other one's I got a cover, and it's just sitting covered up in the shop. I see SC1 it, sprayed it down, make it all look real shiny and everything. Oh, you moving to Georgia? That's what's up. Yeah, I'm only a couple hours from Georgia. And yeah, it's just sitting out there in the shop. Got a cover on it because in the shop, it still gets dust. I covered it up, put it in the shop, and it's just sitting there. brand new, man. So I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna sell it because I'm not riding it, and might as well get a little bit of my money back. But yeah, we're getting ready to go hit up one of these parks, and definitely when we go out, I'm gonna be recording. So yeah, Georgia's not that far away. Yeah, I'm about to be recording and stuff, man. So let me put a little question, a Q&A sticker in here, man. Where y'all timing in from? Where y'all at? Yeah, yeah. Think about it, man. Ain't no obligation. You'll probably find something out there in Georgia. They're everywhere, bro. Like you can find four wheelers, side by sides, dirt bikes, all that stuff. It's all over Facebook Marketplace. I mean, it's like saturated with it. But yeah, I want to start getting out. We've been, I don't know where you at, but Tennessee, we got the whole entire Southeast got hit with all this snow and ice, and it's finally starting to melt off. You were born there, Cam 1192. Born where? Yeah, dirt bike is cool. I wouldn't mind having me a little dirt bike, but man, I used to ride motorcycles, and I told myself I'm gonna walk away while I can walk away. I've had too many close calls with dogs, deer, everything, bro. Like it's just, and then like I got a lifted truck. My truck, it's an older Dodge Ram in Georgia. Okay, yeah, four wheelers and ATVs, they are cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because when you come to a stop, you ain't got to put your feet down. You just keep your feet up. Yep. But yeah, I've had people when I rode motorcycles, bro. Like people aren't. There's too many distracted drivers out on the road nowadays. And I used to ride a crotch rocket, and I'm like, yeah, they're very, very, very sketchy. And the crotch rocket just that you're in launch position. It's like how you used to go to the circus and they put that dude in the cannon and shoot him out. Yeah, basically that's the position you ride when you're in a crotch rocket, just launch position. So I'm like, nah, I'm done with motorcycles, bro. A dirt bike off road maybe, but it's still like I'm too old to be trying to get out here and get hurt, broken leg or something. I ain't. But yeah, y'all, we finna be starting hitting up some parks, man, some ATV parks, getting y'all some good content. Um, Getting y'all some real good content. Yeah, Granny Pebble. Yeah, I ain't getting no motorcycle. I'm not gonna do it no more. But yeah, I want to get y'all some good content, man. I don't want no boring just riding around content. I want some action packed. And I know the place to go. We're just waiting on this weather to kind of clear up and stuff and get like when right now when I drive the roads and stuff, there's still a lot of ice on the roads. And at night, man, it's starting to get that. It's freezing. Like tonight, it's gonna be like in the 20s. So all that melted today. Hey, bro, that stuff finna turn to straight sheer black ice, and yeah, I'm not finna risk it and tear my vehicles up trying to do nothing. Y'all check out my boy Frierson Off Road. He's got a lot of content. Frierson, FR. How the hell you spell that? Frierson. Let me Google that real quick. Frierson Off Road. He's on YouTube. If you want to see some non-stop action-packed thrill rides, check him out. And plus, them parties, bro. Cause like I'm gonna tell you like this: when you ride ATVs and stuff like that, the chains these are just dog tags. Yep, dog tags. Appreciate it though. Thank you. But yeah, man, there's not as many restrictions when you're off road as there is when you drop on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like you go out there, it'd be parties out in the woods. You'll hear music. Like, where the hell's that music coming from? Just doom, 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 doom. Just follow the music. You get out there, it'd be a party deep in the woods, bro. Yeah, big old bonfire, like 15 feet high. You got trucks and jeeps and all kind of ATVs and four wheelers riding around. People be having some really, really, really good time out there in the country, man, out in the sticks, having a good old time. And so that's what we want to do. We want to get out there and have a little party, man, and hang out. So that's what I'm looking at, getting y'all some good content. Also, I got a fishing trip. Another thing you liked was to be a boat. Hey, check my channel, bro. Check my channel. Boats, it depends on what you get. You can find one on Marketplace. I found my first boat was a John boat. It was like 14 foot, and I gave $700. I found the boat, and then I bought a 9.9 horsepower Johnson outboard. I think I gave like 250 for it, so I had 950 in it. I carpeted it out, man. I put lights and stuff. I decked it out, and I sold it really cheap. I sold it for like $1,500. But when I look back, I was like, bro, I could have got like 25. But anyways, I took that money and I turned around and bought me a bass boat for 3,500. So yeah, those numbers sound high. I don't know how old you are, but I'm not buying no new bass boat. Like I looked at a Cayman, man, it's 90 grand for a bass boat for like a 19-foot bass boat. So man, we ain't doing that. I ain't giving $90,000 for a boat. But I do have a fishing trip that I got on the calendar for March. He has a John boat with a trolling motor. Yeah, there you go. All you need is a trolling motor. You can go to Walmart and get you a good trolling motor for about $200, $100. and in a deep cycle battery that'll run you all day. So I got a fishing trip scheduled March 14th, and I'm going out to break my PB. My PB on blue catfish is 40 pounds, and my PB on a flathead is 37 pounds. We're gonna be targeting like catfish, smallmouth, largemouth. If the striped bass are running, we'll try and get on them. But really, we go out there and get on them catfish, man. Like my buddy, he's my size. I'm a little dude. I'm not a big dude. And his personal best right now, I think, is 102-pound blue catfish. He caught it in the wintertime. I think he caught it in December of 2019. And ever since then, he's always tried to break that record, but he's like catching like 80, 90, 70 pounder. Bro, that's a monster. That's a monster. And then if you got current, all right, yeah, do that, Granny Pebble. Go check it out. What's up, man? And there's plenty of content on there. But if you got some current running, a 10-pound fish is gonna feel like a 50-pound fish for real. Because here in Tennessee, I fish the Tennessee River. They got the dams, that generate current. What's up, Noel Blocks? What's up, bro? You back again, huh? So, we talking about riding, man. We trying to get on one of these little ATV parks. I'm actually trying to put something on the calendar and on the schedule right now. I don't know if I'm gonna drive my motor home and pull my little Razor, or if I'm gonna just go up there and get like a hotel or Airbnb. The problem that I have with if you get a hotel is I don't like to leave my stuff out in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Those Razors, you could steal them if you want to, bro. It's not that hard. A person that knows them, it's not hard to just go on Amazon and order a new ignition and just come hop in somebody's Razor at night, put a new ignition switch in. It comes with a key, and ride off into the darkness. So I prefer to maybe like an Airbnb or a cabin. But right now we're looking at going to Colmont. It's a place out in East Tennessee. They got waterfalls, they got caves, they got rivers creeks you can cross, a bunch of rocks you can crawl, and there's always chaos going out there. Yeah, there's always people flipping them. My dogs are cute. Yeah, appreciate it, man. We got China, Ace, and Coco. Yeah, little rascals, man. They like people. They are people. They got their own personalities. Coco, the smallest one, the little Chihuahua, she's the greediest, and you drop a piece of food, she's greedy. She's greedy. And a lot of times we let them go outside. They won't come back in until you got to go out there with a bag or something like, I got some food, Coco, come back. Then they'll come. You ain't got no food, man. They ignoring you. I'm like, look at these little greedy dogs. And so, yeah, but I like to go out and see some people do some crazy stuff. Yeah, we got them chickens too, man. Yep, I don't even know how many chickens we got out there, actually. My wife handles them. We hatch them. We keep a rooster, and the eggs you can put in a hatcher. I got a little short on my page of chickens hatching. It takes like 21 days, and it's like this little thing. It spins them. I think she can hatch 12 at a time. And at day 21, 22, they'll start pecking their way out. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And so that's what's up. But yeah, I'm ready to get out the house. It's been cabin fever. Yeah, get some chickens when you move, man. You can get them at Tractor Supply, or you can go to a website called Murray McMurray, and you can order them, and they'll ship them to your local post office, bro. And you can get them for like $1 a piece. The only thing is you got to look at their hatch dates, because sometimes certain chickens, the hatch times, it might be backed up. My favorite car, I almost bought me a Corvette. My favorite car. I do not have a Corvette. I want a Corvette. I've wanted a Corvette since I was a little boy. So that's gonna be my next one. Yeah, the eggs. Yeah, we go out and get a dozen eggs a day, just about, bro. I'm not even lying to you, man. We got so many eggs, we got a lot of eggs. My wife tries to sell them, but lately here in Tennessee, like I said, we had this storm, and we've been stuck in the house for the past 2 weeks. School's been out for the past 2 weeks. I ain't left. I've kind of gone around to the store and stuff, but. Yeah, so yeah, you get your own chickens, you'll have your own food source, every day you go out there. Only thing is, man, depends on the chicken you get. You want to look into them, because some chickens, it can take 18 months before they drop their first egg, and that's a long time. That's a year and a half. You feed it, and you got to make sure you put it in a good pen, coop or whatever, and they got plenty of space to run, because if they don't have enough space, it messes with them. They need to... Yeah, we garden too. Granny Pebble. We do gardens. We didn't do one last year, and when we garden, we can a lot of the vegetables. You know what I'm saying? That was a process I learned. Canning, and preserving it, and that's what we do. Like with deer meat, I've made summer sausage, deer jerky. so I know how to cure meat and stuff. I didn't hunt last year. I was working. I worked. I own a company, and we do. When y'all go to Walmart and you look up and you see all the TVs and the security cameras and the speakers, that's me. I'm that guy that goes in Walmart and does them. I do pretty much the whole Southeast United States is what I cover right now, and I'm expanding my territory. I'm getting ready to go out to Oklahoma and Texas and start working out there. Getting a crew. I got a couple guys with me that work and get them started out there. And so that's basically what I do. So yeah, we start gardening. But this year I'm not gonna work as much. Last year I worked. I spent the whole year working. And with that, I buy everything cash. You know what I'm saying? That's why I encourage y'all, man. Whenever y'all go out and get these toys and stuff, don't be financing this stuff. Because if you finance it, you're gonna be buying what you finance it for. It might only be $100 a month, but $100 a month for how many months? 1,000 months. You could have bought 3, 4 of them. Just go buy something used and old and something you can afford. If you gotta finance it, you cannot afford it. And I know a lot of people. All right, Granny Pep, I'm gonna holler at you, bro. I know a lot of people gonna say, "Well, I want it now. See you later, man. I want it now. I want it now." That's a lot of people, that mentality. But man, what it costs you at the end of the day, you get to nickel and diamond. At the end of the month, you're gonna start having. Nobody should buy a new car. And no, not now. Not especially nowadays. They making these new cars like disposable, man. Like you ain't gonna like look at the problem GM's having with these new vehicles, the transmissions. Yeah, and then my buddy just bought a brand new GMC Sierra AT4. It's a nice pickup truck. He gave 90 grand for it. Not me. $90,000. You know the type of shop you could build with $90,000. You know what you can invest 90,000 in. Man, you could buy a motor home, a used pickup truck, a used car, a side by side. You could probably put down a down payment on a house, and the quality is super, super, super low. This stuff is just plastic, man. Yeah, yep. The quality is low and the price is dumb high, right? And guess what? The amount of money we making is still the same. Minimum wage is still the same. If you got a good job, even if you making like 30 or 40 an hour now, if you're making $40 an hour for 8 hours a day, you working 40 hours times 40, that's $1,600 a month before taxes. $1,600 a month. You talking about $6,400, $1,600 a week. I'm sorry. So that's $6,400 a month, bro. I mean, yeah, that's some money you can do a few things with, but and nobody's trying to help nobody. So, it's like, man, go out there and get self-employed, work for yourself. The system is designed for you to work for yourself. You don't believe that, but guess what? When I go out as a self-contracted person, I started out just fixing computers. I started advertising. Back in the day, it was Craigslist. Craigslist, you can advertise on Marketplace. Just start fixing computers, man. Did I know how to fix computers? Nope. Guess how I learned how to fix them? Google. Hey, there people like, hey, do you know how to remove a virus? I sure do. How much you gonna charge me? $45. This is back in the day. Charging $45, man. Get on Google. You download a little tool, Malware Bytes, anti-malware program. Man, remove them viruses. Boom. Hey, $45. And then next thing you know, you start working. Here's the thing about it. When you're an employee, when you're a W-2 employee, they take taxes out of your check, and at the end of the year, the federal withholdings, if you're single and you're young, you ain't getting nothing. You might even have to pay in. Whereas if you're self-employed, if I go out and a job says it's $1,000 for this job, guess what? I get $1,000 for that job. At the end of the year, I get to write off all my expenses, my mileage, my fuel. If I eat while I'm on work, you got to eat, right? Meals. If I have to buy tools, I can write off all my tools. And I'm not buying them damn cheap Harbor Freight tools. Nothing wrong with Harbor Freight tools, but I won't buy their power tools. I go out and buy DeWalt. You know what I'm saying? And we have the big debate, DeWalt versus Milwaukee versus Makita. I just like DeWalt. I like the one battery, multiple applications. So I get everything DeWalt. Yeah, you haven't gotten tax return in 5 years. Exactly, Hunt MC. Exactly, bro. Yep. I was aura farming back in the day. What's that mean? I don't know what that means, man. Yeah, but yeah. And so when you're self-employed, like I had some young guys come with me the past couple of years, and I started telling them, like, bro, go out, buy you some boots, buy you whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? Now, even a vehicle, if you buy a vehicle for work purposes, you can write that vehicle off. Now, you can't write the entire amount off. You have to kind of stagger it out. But if you pay cash and it's below a certain threshold, yeah, you can write it off. So usually at the end of the year, you might make, we'll just throw a number, you might make $200,000. If you're self-employed and you write off all your expenses, there's a good chance that you will probably get about $1,000 return or break even. Now, if you're a W-2 employee, yeah, you're gonna pay in about $20,000. Think about it, man. It don't if you don't believe me, go ask any CPA. Get on Google. Go ask people. Ask people that are self-employed. You see an electrician, dude. You see a plumber or some sort of contractor. The IRS is giving you crap, and they ain't telling me I gotta verify my data. Yeah, right, man. I'm going through it too. So I'm trying to get my employer identification number that I created years ago. I never used it. Or a farmer is like being cool or trying to be cool. I ain't gotta try to be cool, bro. Hey, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. Hey, so I ain't gotta try to be cool. Some people try and impress other people with, by putting on this. Nah, I'm just me, man. What you see is what you get. It's the same person on and off screen. If you ever meet me in person, I'm like, damn, he's the same dude. I like to bless people. Yeah, but they do be crooked as hell, man. So, you just got to learn how to play the game. It was structured a certain way. When you're an employee, when you're a W-2 employee, you're a slave to the system. You need to get out that mindset, man. I don't know what you do. I don't know what talents you got. Hell, in the summertime, get you a lawnmower and start cutting grass. You know what I'm saying? Work your way up, get a trailer, get a riding mower, get a weed eater, hire you a dude or two. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you got a company. I mean, it's not hard, man. It don't matter if you selling peanuts on the side of the road. As they say, think about like when you hear like all these tax breaks and stuff. Those aren't for working class citizens, man. That's for like companies and contractors. Start out doing that, bro. And I'm telling you, you're gonna make way more money doing that. You go to McDonald's or any just regular job, man. They're making so much money off of y'all per hour. It's ridiculous. When I pay my guys, I try and pay them handsomely. I don't overpay them, but I try and pay them decently. What job should you get, Jordan? Edit? I don't know, man. What are you good at? Yep, I'm gonna do that this summer. Yeah, work 2 jobs right now. Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you something that's really good. You can make some money. Security camera system installs. If you can go on Amazon and buy a little 8-channel security camera system for like $200, and that's gonna be the recorder, 8 cameras, even the wires and everything. Bro, do you know how much money you can make if you just go out and on Vistaprint spend $10? You're good at electronics and trades. There you go, bro. That's it. That's your hustle right there. You need to hustle it, man. Hustle it. You can get on Amazon, buy you a little security camera system, go on Vistaprint, and don't buy the camera system until you got some customers. Get you some business cards printed up for like $10. A lot of times they might even print them up for free and just charge you the shipping. Man, get out there and hustle. Get out there and hustle. Next thing you know, you do that for a year. It's like farming, bro. You got to plant them seeds, man. Like you ain't never seen a harvest just happen without no effort. Go out there and plant them seeds, man. Go out there, whatever you're good at, man. If it's working on cars, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, and let me tell you something. Back in the day, they used to, you have to have college. You got to have this. You got to have, bro, I got a GED. That's it. That's it. A GED. I don't got nothing, but I got experience. I got motivation. I got desire. And you got all the resources at your fingertips. All y'all sitting right now on a screen looking at me. Guess what? You can use that same screen to get on Google. Google, how do you do this? Google, how do you terminate? How do you take an alternator off a 1995 Chevy Silverado? There's videos on it. I got a little Honda Rancher 4-wheeler I bought from a friend some years ago, and it was smoking real bad. I mean, real bad, man. And turns out it was the top end. The rings were burnt. And there was a 4-part video on YouTube, man. Appreciate that, Jordan Edit. There's a 4-part video on YouTube. Showed you how to take it down. And guess what? When you goes too fast, pause it, man. I rebuilt the entire top end of that engine and got that thing to stop smoking. Yep. Planning to do baseball run right now, but I work for Pizza Shop, aka Pizza. Yeah. Okay, that's what's up. Baseball. Planning to do baseball. You go like going to college for it, or you going like pro? Like what you talking about? And whatever it is, man, whatever it is, you just gotta flex that hustle muscle, and you can get out there and you can live that life. You can have it, man. Whatever the next man can do, you can do it, and you might even be able to do it better. But yeah, man, get on y'all's hustle, and then the problem that I see with a lot of people, especially people that work jobs, they always want to do stuff, but they spend the majority of their life like going pro. That's what's up, man. You got any videos like showing anything like you good at pitching, batting, catching? But when I was young, and I'm saying like 14, 15, I saw it, and there's 2 lifestyles. It's an 80-20 format. An 80-20 format. Y'all listen up. You can either gonna spend 80% of your life working and 20% being able to, with family and friends and stuff like that, or you can work 20% of your life and have 80% to do what you want to do. A W-2 employee, you're gonna work 80% of your life, retire at 65, ain't gonna be no Social Security. or you can work 20%, invest in yourself, and then have 80% of your life. There's no retirement age. I'm about to be 40. I'm 45. I'm about to be 50 in like 5 years, bro. I'm planning on retiring when I turn 50. Yeah, I'm not mulling outdoors. Who is that? Andrew Home? You're not mulling outdoors? More like mulling indoors? Hey, man, it's cabin fever. We getting outside. We just on a live chat. Hey, I got content right now. I got on here because I was talking about trying to find a OHV park to go for these side by sides, man. We either want to go to Coal Mine. Eventually, we're gonna work our way out to Hatfield McCoy trails out there in West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? There's like a big old circuit. Ride a couple 100-mile circuit. Be like a week or something. Take a week-long trip out there and just ride, bro. They got caves. Speak the real, bro. You're gonna blow up on here for sure, man. It is what it is, Hunt MC. It is what it is, man. I'm trying to get y'all some good content. We don't watch cable TV at my house, man. Like Netflix and stuff. Sometimes it's hit or miss with that. I usually get out. Oh, you out there in Virginia? Okay, yeah. I was in Virginia. Where was I at in Virginia? I was in North Carolina. I've been all over Virginia doing work and stuff. Chantilly, Virginia, Norfolk. Yeah. I just never like hang out. I go there for a job. I'm in a hotel. I go to work, go back to my hotel, and then come home. So I don't really get to hang out and stuff. But I've been around Virginia. I was recently, Fancy Gap. I stayed in a, what's it called? Mayberry Campground, which basically you go up I-81, like up through Bristol, Tennessee. And then once you get to Bristol, Tennessee, a little bit past Bristol, Tennessee, you drop down 81 and it takes you through Fancy Gap, Virginia. And then I think it was like 7 miles past the Virginia state line into North Carolina, there's a campground called Mayberry Campground. I stayed there when I was out there at Winston-Salem. And I drove like 45 miles to work every day. Yeah, so I'm a little familiar. And that Fancy Gap is pretty, bro. It's beautiful. I almost wrecked because I was like looking. I was like, dang, you coming down a mountain and you look over and you like, bro, I can see like the end of the world. Yeah, right where that's at. Yeah, that's not 30 miles. Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, Fancy Gap is beautiful, man. So I might even be going back out to Winston-Salem here in a little bit. I got another Walmart out there that I got somebody on. He's kind of struggling, so I might be going back to Winston-Salem here pretty soon. Yeah, man. But we're gonna hit up one of these little off-road parks and get some good content. I want to go out there some of them cave mines. Yeah, scenes out there is crazy. Yeah, it's pretty, man. Yeah. Only thing about Virginia is what was it? Virginia. What was it about Virginia? It's kind of like Kentucky. It's like a Commonwealth state, so you got to keep your nose clean when you're out there in Virginia, man. Because you get picked up in Virginia on some old dumb stuff, bro, they gonna throw the book at you. That's the same way with Kentucky. What else is a Commonwealth state? Kentucky, Virginia. I know there's a few. I think Maryland is a Commonwealth state. Yeah. You gotta behave. I know some knuckleheads. They like to do stupid stuff. I got a buddy, man. He's struggled with alcohol bad. This man, he's stay drinking. He says like, yeah, Maryland, yeah. He stays drinking. I'm like, bro, you get a DUI out here, and he keeps a gun on him. Tennessee, we're a constitutional carry state, so everybody got guns everywhere. But Tennessee, you don't need no permit to open carry, conceal carry. Tennessee is like the freaking wild, wild west. You be seeing dudes walking around with ARs slung over their shoulders and stuff, and as long as the barrel is 10 inches less, it's a pistol. And so you'll see that, you'll go into like a little grocery store and some dude up in there with a damn rifle over his shoulder. You're like, shit. And you're like, this ain't no rifle, this a pistol. You're like, damn. And I always tell them, we say, nah, bro, I came up here, I quit all the drinking. Exactly. Yeah, I had to get off of it. I mean, like, this man, he stays drinking. I think he's like an addict, bro. He drinks, and he says the only way he can relax when he drives is to drink. I'm like, yeah, no shit is going to relax. You're going to relax your ass into a damn jail cell. You keep on doing it. Some people are, hey, it's his choice. I just don't ride with him. Yeah, I think Virginia, you gotta keep your firearm in the trunk, and it's got to be like a two-part. You got to have the gun in the glove box or in the trunk. It's got to be separate. Tennessee, and hell no, I got a little magnet under my dashboard. That's just right there. The safety off, And I had to look it up, man, because we went on a coyote hunt, an attempted coyote hunt a couple of nights ago. We got some coyotes out here that been terrorizing the neighborhood. They killed a bunch of rabbits and killed a couple of dogs. So we went out there, and I almost slipped up and was gonna like show my tools and stuff, and I got to looking at the YouTube's terms and community guidelines. Like, nah, like you pull a gun out on YouTube, on a live stream, you're gonna kill your channel. They're gonna it's over with. Now, if you're doing like target practice and stuff, I might take y'all out one day and do that. But I really got to get into like looking at that because there's a thin line that you got to be careful with. You do it the wrong way, yeah, they it's over with. The rules, yep. So yeah, man. But I'm about to be getting up off of here probably in like the next 10 minutes. But I'm really for real. Let me see. I'm trying to show y'all what I'm trying to pick out, man. I'm trying to look for a site. Like we got Coalmont. Let's look at Coalmont. Coalmont OHV. Coalmont. There it is. Trying to book a little trip out there to Coalmont, man. OHV Park. Yeah, there's waterfalls, good, clean, dirty fun. Your trail to off-road recreation. Yep. So, and they got cabins, they got park fees, they got a map. And let me see what else we got out here. Yeah, yeah. And then also, man, I want to go out to the dunes, Moab. Let's see, night. Hold on, let me go down. I got some stuff I want y'all to see. And no, there's nothing dirty in here, but I got bank account info and stuff. Let's see here. Like I've seen guys, I want to go out there so bad. ATV takeover at the dunes. ATV. Bro, when you see this, man, like it's like a party. Look at this, man. Like, and apparently it's like that. Like, man, wait a minute. Like, let me see if I can get that on a full screen. Like, you'll go up there and you'll just see like a million whip lights, bro. And it's just like, yeah, here's a good picture right here. Like a party scene. Tell me that wouldn't be cool to go out there and get some good content. Bonfires, it's gonna be all kind of stuff. That's in Glamis. Yeah, so I'm trying to do something like that. No, I'm not trying to. I'm going to this year. Start, because riding a four-wheeler around the neighborhood is fun, but eventually it gets boring, bro. You like, you want to get out with other people. I've seen people ride in groups and packs of like 10 and 20. That's what I'm trying to do. Then I want to get out there and see some people do some crazy stuff, try and climb mountains and flip them over and stuff. Yeah, MC it looks wild. It's gonna be definitely something worth going to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's cheaper. A lot of these parks, man, it's like $20, a person. And some of them you ain't even got to pay that. So that's what we're gonna be doing. And if y'all, I know you guys probably know, but yeah, these are side by sides, man. Just little off-road buggies, and you get out there and be a gang of people having fun, bro. I mean, so that's what we're gonna be doing. Also, we're gonna be fishing. So hey, I'm about to jump off here. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I got a fishing trip scheduled March 14th, so I'm gonna do a lot of recording, and I'll have content a couple days later because I come home, got to edit and all that stuff. So, yep. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Y'all stay strong, stay blessed, and remember what I said, man. Get on y'all hustle, flex your hustle muscle, man. Don't, man. You be the boss of you. Invest in you. Plant them seeds, and you gonna have you a hell of a harvest for free. Take it easy.